are going to be installing our fuel cell ice tank combo tanks that we have for S197 chassis. This is currently the mock-up car for this. We getting ready to cut the rest of this out. I just wanted to take this video beforehand because we're getting ready to lose all of this material back here, and I wanted to do a quick little install. So when you order this kit from us, basically you're going to end up with the fuel cell ice tank combo tank itself. This is just a mock-up version, so it's missing the lid, it's missing the fuel cap. It's going to come with like a Bexon, I think 8-inch deck lid, and then it'll come with a billet fuel cap. A lot of this stuff, I cannot remember right now what it says on the website. This on this tank is a -16. I can put a 16 or a 12 or a 10, anything that you guys would like in there. If you're placing an order and need something different than what's listed on the website, I mean, call me, message the Facebook page, don't hesitate. I try to be pretty active on it and answer any questions I can, and you know, at the end of the day, I just want to give the best products I can to anybody that's purchasing from us. Same with the return line and the vent. Most of the time, it's always going to get a -10 vent fitting. I can do something else if somebody wanted something else. Just let me know. Same with the return. You'll go ahead and get that tank, and you're going to end up with a bolt-in chromoly subframe or trunk floor, basically. This one currently doesn't have the tabs on it that would go to this tank. Like I said, I'm just throwing this tank this video together pretty quickly for you guys. These bungs here will bolt to the bottom of, or through the bottom, however you want to word that, through this bottom piece. So basically, trying to make this as quick and as sweet as possible. When you buy an S197 and you decide to go this route, you need to cut the trunk spare tire well out. You're going to lose all of this space when you do this. That being said, after you go ahead, get your Sawzall blade out, cut all this out. Don't cut it like I cut it. It looks like a beaver got after it in here. This is all, like I said, rough cut. We're getting ready to cut all this out. But when you guys do this, you're going to cut the bulk of it out like that. What I would do is probably take this seam right here, this nice spot welded seam, and I would take this probably all the way up to this area, and I would go ahead and follow it across. That will leave a really good, nice finish and a nice way to basically trace this in the trunk of your car. Once you get that cut out, you're going to have a exhaust hanger here, and on the opposite side. Once you get this exhaust hanger off, these holes, if you take this, go straight forward, these holes both need to get tapped. I don't know currently if the kit is going to come with a tap or not. It's going to come with 4 bolts that are going to be, I believe, don't hold me to it, M8 by 1.25, I believe is what the factory stuff is. So once you do that, get it to this point, ow, don't hit your neck on the freshly cut stuff you just did. I'm gonna do this dry for the video. Wish me luck. Once you do that, here's your M8 by 1.25 tap. Gonna run that sucker in there. I have tap sockets, M8 by 1.25. You probably can't see that. Believe that's what this is. Oh, it is. What a champ. Look at that. Okay, you're gonna do that on both sides. Man, this might be a one-cut video. We're only 5 minutes in. Do that on this side as well. I would recommend to go ahead and put some sort of lubricant on your taps and not run it in like this. But for the sake of the video, I'm in a rush for you guys. So once that's in there, let's see how good this is going to turn out. Probably terrible. Probably awful. I don't know how. We'll see. So you get it to that point, you're going to take your floor, put your floor in. This one, me and the guys have already talked about. Our current jig is a little tight. It fits. We like it, so it's super tight in here, but I'm probably gonna make it about a 1/16 shorter, maybe a little more, because I don't want people to struggle to put it in. These are just the same exhaust hanger bolts that are on the car. So I guess you probably shouldn't quote me that it is going to come with hardware. I'd like to give it with hardware, but honestly, these are nice flange headed bolt already. It's hard to not use the stuff that Ford has generously already gave us with the car. This is where it's going to be a problem. Like I said, it's a little too tight currently. You're going to go ahead and put those in. Torque them to spec. However many ugga-duggas that an M8 by 1.25 bolt calls for. So now you're completed with that. I guess I can show you. This bolts in factory location. I mean, yeah, it's debatable if it's factory location. We all bend the rules. We all play the game. But those factory holes are there. So factory holes are there. Why not tap it and use it? I mean, it's the same shit they did for their exhaust hanger. So once that is in there, now I'm going to struggle to put this back. You're going to take your fuel cell ice tank combo. Oh yeah, I'm fucked. It's about the worst. Now, take your fuel cell ice tank combo after you set your camera up. Yeah, I ruined it. Sorry guys. Alright. Get that set up. Like I said, this is normally going to have tabs on it. You're going to see 6 tabs on this thing, where now you're going to take your fuel cell ice tank combo, and you're going to put it in your car. Now what this is going to come with too is it's going to come with the hardware, the 1/4-20 bolts that are going to be underneath it. That's a good looking piece. I hate it. Hate it that looks that good. I'm about to cut the rear frame rails out of this car. That's going to come with all of the tabs and everything needed to bolt this thing in as it should. There is, you know, if I have a little thing in the ad, if you guys send me your transmission coolers, I'll mount them. I'll mount them up here. I just want them to be clean. I had a lot of people say, Matt, that ad makes it sound like you're an asshole. It's like, well, I want to have a clean transmission cooler. I don't want to deal with the trans fluid all over, and yeah. So that is basically a 10-minute install of this fuel cell ice tank combo. Here's your fittings for the ice tank. These are 1-inch NPT. I'm probably going to keep putting 1-inch NPT on here. There's an inner bulkhead. Shit, I don't know if you can see that. There's an inner piece here. Excuse me. So this is 1-inch NPT on both sides. This will have a plastic fitting on the inside that will go to a 1-inch barb to your Rule 2000 or Rule 30. I don't know what the next size up is. We've always run Rule 2000s and have had really good luck with those through 1-inch hose. Your drain, I believe that's a 1/2-inch NPT. I should have looked all this stuff up before the video. I haven't messed with these tanks in a very long time. So yeah, hopefully this gets a little bit of traction and people see how easy this is to install this in your car. As far as trimming this thing, how I said earlier, I'd cut it on that line. I would still, even, you're gonna see this and be like, well, Matt, there's a hole in my trunk. I would trim this out with a piece of carbon, a piece of steel. I mean, go to Ace Hardware and buy a piece of steel and Rust-Oleum it. Something. You can buy edge trim off of Amazon, so the piece that rubs onto the tank, put a piece of edge trim and just rivet it into your trunk. Self-taper it in your trunk, something. This I've always left open. The sides I've never touched with, but that's because anything that I own or that I've dealt with doesn't normally sit outside once it gets to the level that it needs an ice tank and a fuel cell. You know, you're gonna do this ice tank if you have an air to water setup, so that indicates that you're gonna have some sort of twin turbo set or some sort of turbo supercharged setup where you're gonna have a air to water intercooler. You're gonna have the fuel cell, so we never really were concerned with trimming out that bit in the trunk. I've had people say they're concerned about squirrels in their trunk, and it's like, well, don't let this thing sit outside. I mean, once you have a hot rod, treat it like a hot rod, you know. I hate to sound so matter of fact or standoffish with that, but you know, weigh the options. Do you need a fuel cell ice tank combo? Once you get to this level, it's normally only a race car. You know, you're gonna need some sort of rear firewall on the back of your seat too to be NHRA legal. It's also not a bad idea to have. Any sort of safety thing you can possibly put in your car that's gonna make it safer, you should do. I mean, that's 100%, you should do that. So, I appreciate you guys. Hopefully this not clears the air. Hopefully this is a quick little install video. I mean, shit, we're only at 14 minutes, and hopefully this is something you guys might see and say, oh damn, this is cool. I appreciate the support. If there's anything I can do to make this easier, anything to do with any of this stuff, please call me, message me, say, hey, you're an idiot, you should have done it this way, or vice versa. We always put the ice tanks on this side and the fuel cell on this side. We can change this setup if you want. It's just whatever I can do to potentially get your guys' business, make people happy, and you know, build badass shit for people. So appreciate your guys' time. Hopefully you enjoyed this one, and looking forward to seeing some pictures of these after a few people pick them up. So appreciate you guys. See you in the next.